Hello students, welcome back to my channel After School Tutoring. In this class, we will be solving IEO Class 6 Set A of 2023-24. So let's begin. For question 1 to 16, choose the correct option to complete each sentence. First, I never knew that our old house had a and dash where broken furniture was kept. Option A, mantelpiece. B, attic. C, window. D, club. First, let's know the meanings of all of these words. Mantelpiece. It means a decorative framework around a fireplace and is not a storage area. Attic refers to a space located directly under the roof of a house. It is often used for storage. Window is an opening in the wall, but it's not a storage place. Club refers to a group of people or a place for social activities. So, the option should be option B, attic, as it is the only place to store furniture. Second question. In this era, it has become quite difficult to find dash you can trust completely. Option A, everyone. B, each. C, someone. And D, no one. Everyone implies on people, which doesn't match the idea finding a trustworthy individual. Each refers to individual members of a group but isn't suitable here. No one. This suggests a lack of trust which contradicts the intent of the sentence. Someone. This indicates a specific individual and fits well in the context of trust. So the correct option over here should be someone. Third question. I dash when I got to know that I had failed the interview for the job. Option A, blanked in. Option B, black over. Option C, back off. And option D, blacked out. We use blanked in when it is not a common phrase. Black over is referred when the phrase does not have a standard meaning. Back off. This is also not commonly used in this context. Blacked out. This phrase means to lose consciousness or to be unable to remember something clearly. So, blacked out fits here correctly. So, the option will be D. Next question, question number 4. On the occasion of my parents' anniversary, we all danced dash. Option A, joyfully. Option B, usually. Option C, surely. And option D, rarely. Joyfully means in a happy and cheerful manner, which fits well for a celebratory occasion like an anniversary. Usually refers to something that happens most of the time, not specifically relevant here. Surely implies certainty. Rarely. This means not often. So, the correct option here should be option A, joyfully. Question number 5. These days, my husband is always in a dash mood. I think it must be the work stress. Option A, Pacific. Option B, ponder. Option C, partial. and option D, pensive. Before knowing the answer to this question, let's find out the meaning of all these words. Now, pacific means peaceful, which doesn't align with the idea of stress. Ponder is a verb meaning to think about something carefully, but it's not an adjective. Partial refers to being biased or favoring something, which is not relevant to the topic here. And pensive means being engaged in deep or serious thoughts, often associated with sadness or reflection, which fits the context of your husband's mood due to work stress. So the correct option here should be option D, pensive. Question number 6. We feed all dash stray dogs in our neighborhood every day. Option A, option B, an, option C, the, option D, no article. So, the is a definite article which specifies that you are referring to a particular noun A. A is a definite article which wouldn't fit here since you're talking about specific dogs. And this is also an indefinite article which is used before vowel sounds and is not appropriate here. If we use no article, this would make the sentence incomplete. So the answer should be C, as we are talking about a definite article. Question number 7. Dash, they are new to the town. As good neighbors, we should show them around. Option A, whether, option B, since, option C, only, and option D, except. Since indicates a reason, meaning because they are new to the town, you should show them around. Whether implies a choice or uncertainty. Only does not provide a clear connection in this context. Except means to exclude, which is not the correct option here. So the correct option should be B, since. Now when we read the sentence again, it will sound like, since they are new to the town, as good neighbors we should show them around. Question number 8. I found my lost anklet dash the almirah when I was cleaning the house. Option A, beneath, option B, between, option C, about, and option D, towards. Beneath means under or below. Between means being in the middle of two things. About indicates a spatial relation relevant to the context. Towards indicates a direction. So when we are talking about the almirah, the most suitable word here should be beneath. So the correct option is A, beneath. Question number 9. The director dash the actors to play the lead in the movie tomorrow. Option A, will be auditioned. Option B, will be auditioning. Option C, shall have audition. And option D, shall auditioning. Will be auditioning indicates that the director will conduct the auditions in the future. Will be auditioned implies that the actors will be auditioned by someone else, which changes the topic over here. Shall have audition is grammatically incorrect and doesn't fit the context at all. Shall auditioning is also grammatically incorrect. So the answer here should be option B, will be auditioning. When we read the sentence again, it sounds like this. The director will be auditioning the actors to play the lead in the movie tomorrow. Question number 10. He not to tell my secrets to anyone. Otherwise, our friendship will be over. Option A, must. Option B, should. Option C, ought. And option D, could. So the correct option here should be ought, because it fits here properly. When we read the sentence again, it sounds like this. He ought not to tell my secrets to anyone. Otherwise, our friendship will be over. Question number 11. She dash herself when she got a personal call during the meeting. Option A, excused. Option B, fiddled. Option C, knuckled. And option D, jostled. Excused means that she asked to be excused or permitted to leave. Fiddled typically means to play with something nervously, which doesn't fit here. Knuckled is a commonly used verb, but it doesn't fit here. Jostle means to push or shove, which is completely irrelevant to the topic we are discussing over here. So the answer should be option A, excused. While reading the sentence again, we should be like this. She excused herself when she got a personal call during the meeting. Question number 12. I dash by my business partner, which has put me in debt. Option A, have betrayed. Option B, have been betrayed. Option C, am betraying. And option D, was betraying. Have been betrayed is a passive construction which indicates that the betrayal happens in the past and affects the present. Have betrayed indicates that you are one who betrayed someone, which is not the intended meaning over here. Am betraying suggests that the betrayal is currently happening, which doesn't fit to the sentence over here. Was betraying is a past continuous tense implying an ongoing action in the past, which is also not suitable here. So the correct option which is suitable here is option B, have been betrayed. When we put it in the sentence, it sounds like this. I have been betrayed by my business partner, which has put me in debt. Question number 13. Dr. Mukesh Chandra, who is a big name in cardiology, dashed our nursing home 2 years ago. The options are A, has inaugurated. B, inaugurates. C, had inaugurated. And D, inaugurated. When we say inaugurated, it is the correct past tense form, indicating that the event happened 2 years ago. Has inaugurated is the present perfect tense and is inappropriate since it does not match the specific time frame. Inaugurates. This means present tense form, which does not fit here because the event occurred in the past and this is not the past. Had inaugurating. This is grammatically incorrect. So the answer should be option number B, inaugurates. Question number 14. My mother suddenly had a sense of dash when she saw the cloudy sky? Option A, unwavering, B, chaotic, option C, forbidding, and option D, worried. The meaning of unwavering means steady or resolute, which does not fit to the context of a sudden sense. B, chaotic, describes disorder and does not apply to a feeling in this context. Foreboding refers to a feeling that something bad will happen, which fits well in the context of seeing a cloudy sky. D, worry, while it implies concern, it doesn't capture the specific sense related to ominous predictions. So, the correct option here should be option C, foreboding. When we read the sentence completely, it sounds like this. My mother suddenly had a sense of foreboding when she saw the cloudy sky. Question number 15. Apart from a dash body, the archaeologists found some jewels as well. Option A, delirious. Option B, desiccated. Option C, dazzling. And option D, delightful. Delirious suggests a body that is in extreme state. Desiccated means dried out. Dazzling describes something impressively. Delightful means pleasing, but it does not accurately describe a body in this context. So the correct option should be option B, desiccated. Question number 16. The principal said there will be a quiz competition for higher classes tomorrow. The principal informed that there dash be a quiz competition for higher classes dash. Option A, would tomorrow. Option B, will the previous day. Option C, would the next day. Option D, will the following day. If we put the option C in the sentence, it will sound like this. The principal informed that there would be a quiz competition for higher classes the next day. This sentence sounds correct, and that is why the answer is C, would the next day. For questions 17 and 18, choose the appropriate meaning for the following idiom and or proverb. A dime a dozen means A, to be authentic and valuable, B, to be very common and of very little value, C, to be a dozen and worthless, D, to be common but worthy. To be authentic and valuable is the opposite of the phrase's meaning. To be very common and of very little value is the correct interpretation. It suggests that something is so widespread that it lacks uniqueness or worth. To be a dozen and worthless means this is misleading. While it hints at quantity, it doesn't capture the essence of the phrase. To be common but worthy. This contradicts the meaning as the phrase implies a lack of worth. So the correct answer should be B, to be very common and of very little value. Question number 18. A pain in the neck means option A severe pain in the neck area, something that is pleasant, someone or something that is very annoying, D, an irritating pain below the neck. A severe pain in the neck area cannot be the answer as it is the literal interpretation and does not capture the idiomatic meaning. This is the same for option D, an irritating pain below the neck. Option B, something that is pleasant. This is the opposite of the phrase's meaning. Option C, someone or something that is very annoying. This is the correct interpretation. The phrase describes a person or situation or a task that causes irritation. So the correct option should be option C, someone or something that is very annoying. Question number 19. For questions 19 and 20, choose the part of the sentence that has an error in it. 19. The government issued a fair warning to those found parked their vehicles in the prohibited zone. Option A, the government issued a fair. Option B, warning to those found. Option C, parked their vehicles. And option D, in the prohibited zone. The correct answer is C, parked their vehicles. The correct sentence should have been, the government issued a fair warning to those found parked in their vehicles in the prohibited zones. So the correct answer is C. Question number 20. After much discussion, they finally agreed to our terms but conditions. Option A, after much discussion. Option B, they finally agreed. Option C, to our terms. And option D, but conditions. The correct sentence formation should have been, after much discussion, they finally agreed to our terms but on conditions. So the correct answer is D, but conditions. For questions 21 and 22, choose the correct answer for the following questions. Question number 21. Everyone in my class is good at speaking French. Which type of pronoun is used in the given sentence? Option A, relative pronoun. Option B, indefinite pronoun. Option C, demonstrative pronoun. And option D, personal pronoun. Now, indefinite pronoun refers to a non-specific person or thing. Relative pronoun is used to introduce relative clauses. Demonstrative pronoun points to specific things. For example, this, that, these, and those. Personal pronoun refers to a specific person or thing. So the correct option here should be option number B, indefinite pronoun. Question number 22. He had been sitting the whole day doing nothing but watching TV. Which type of sentence is used in the given sentence? Option A, past perfect continuous tense. Option B, present perfect continuous tense. Option C, present continuous tense. And option D, past perfect tense. The tense past perfect continuous tense is used to indicate the action that was going on in the past before another action or point out in time. Present perfect continuous tense refers to an action that started in the past and continues to the present. Present continuous tense describes an ongoing action, which means the action is going on currently. Past perfect tense indicates a completed action before another action in the past. So the correct option over here should be A, Past perfect continuous tense. For questions 23 and 24, choose the correct option for the underlined word. Everyone in my family plays the harmonium except me. Option A, conjunction. Option B, preposition. Option C, adverb. And option D, adjective. The correct option here is B, as when we are talking about except, it is a preposition. I used to go to the temple on a regular basis when I lived here. Option A, frequently. Option B, usually. Option C, extremely. And option D, quietly. The correct answer over here should be option A, frequently, as they have said as for a regular basis, which means frequently. Question number 25. For questions 25 and 26, choose the option with the correct spellings. In the case of 25, the correct spelled word is A, forfeit. F-O-R-F-E-I-T. Question number 26. Here the correctly spelled word is option C, prosecution. Its spelling is P-R-O-S-E-C-U-T-I-O-N. For questions 27 and 28, choose the correct antonym of the given word. 27. The word is palatable. Option A, acceptable. Option B, delicious. Option C, tempting. And option D, repulsive. The meaning of palatable, which means something that is pleasant to taste or acceptable in flavor. Acceptable suggests something that is satisfactory but doesn't specifically address taste. Delicious implies something that is very tasty, which is a positive quality. Tempting refers to something that is enticing or attractive. Repulsive, on the other hand, indicates something that is unpleasant or distasteful. So the correct option will be repulsive, as it is the antonym of palatable. Question number 28. The word is dorsal. Dorsal means the back portion of an organism. The dorsal fin of a fish is an example of the word dorsal. Anterior means the front side of an organism. Behind indicates a position at the back but is not a direct antonym for dorsal. Hinder means to obstruct or delay. Lateral refers to the back but is less commonly used. It aligns more closely with dorsal rather than opposing it. So the correct option here should be anterior, as it is the opposite of dorsal. For questions 29 and 30, choose the correct synonym of the given word. The word is exodus. The meaning of exodus refers to a large-scale departure or movement of people from one place to another, often implying a significant or mass movement. Arrival means coming to a place, which contrasts with the idea of leaving. Migration also denotes the movement of people or animals from one region to another. Entrance refers to the act of entering a place. Coming implies movement towards a place. It does not convey the sense of mass departure. So the correct option is option B, migration. 30. Rapport. Rapport refers to a positive harmonious relationship or mutual understanding between people. Discord means disagreement or conflict directly opposing the idea of rapport. Harmony also indicates a pleasing arrangement or agreement, particularly in relationships or interactions. Coldness suggests a lack of warmth or friendliness in relationships. So the correct option here should be C, harmony. For questions 31 to 35, read the passage and answer the questions that follow. First we'll read the paragraph and then we'll read the questions based upon it. India is one of the most populous nations in the world. The city of Mumbai, better known as Bombay, carries this notion to ridiculous ends. Mumbai, Bombay. Mumbai is located on the west coast of India and is a sight to be seen. Until 1997, the city was known as Bombay, but the government, for some esoteric reason, changed the name Mumbai. Mumbai was the name used by locals for years and refers to a local goddess. Most of the city's buildings and agencies still incorporate Bombay into their names. I know it gets confusing, which is more or less a good way to describe the city. A little known fact about Bombay is the geographical nature of the city. When originally settled, the city was actually a collection of islands. As the need for land has grown over the years, the water has been pushed back to the point where all the islands are now connected in one landmass. Serenity. If you're looking for a serene vacation destination, Bombay is simply the worst. Bombay is simply the worst place you could go. Upwards of 17 million people live in the city. Spend a week there and you'll feel like you've rubbed up against every one of them. The city is so packed with people that getting from point A to point B can take forever. You will not find a secluded restaurant, tourist attraction, or spot on the beach. Attractions. Bombay is full of interesting things to see if you can get there. Victoria train station is definitely worth taking in for the unique architecture and absolute mass of people. The gardens at Horniman Circle are good for a stroll and are one place where you won't feel completely overwhelmed by masses of humanity. For a humorous time, you can hit the beaches looking for one of the movie crews. Yep, Bombay is the home of the movie industry in India and is often referred to as Bollywood. In reality, the best thing to see in Bombay is Bombay. Just get out and walk. You'll see snake charmers, vendors hawking everything under the sun, the occasional elephant and taxi drivers that put a New York cabbie to shame. Poverty. India has serious poverty issues in the larger cities. Bombay has a brutal poverty problem. As much as 30% of the population lives in severe poverty. By severe, I am referring to people living in cardboard shacks with no running water and so on. Even the most seasoned traveler will be overwhelmed. If you are going to visit Bombay, be emotionally prepared for it. Whether you call it Bombay or Mumbai, there is no denying the uniqueness of this city. Some travelers can't stand it while others find it intoxicating. Of course, you'll never know if you don't give it a visit. So here we finished with the reading of the paragraph. Now let's do the questions. Mention one unique feature of the city of Bombay. A. The city was named Mumbai because of the celebrities residing here. The city was actually a collection of islands. C. The city has a specific route from which one can access all of the monuments in a short time. D. The city was the birthplace of Mahatma Gandhi. The correct option is B. The city was actually a collection of islands. Question number 32. Select the statement that is not true according to the passage. A. The city is so packed that it becomes almost impossible to get from one point to another. B. Bombay is the home of the movie industry in India and is often referred to as Bollywood. C. Bombay is the best place for a quiet vacation. Victoria train station has unique architecture and lots of people. The correct answer is C. Bombay is not the best place for a quiet vacation. Question number 33. How severe is the poverty condition of Mumbai slums? A. Half of the people live in small, one-room apartments. B. The rich do not care about the poor, so the poor are left with only one meal a day. C. 30% of the population lives in cardboard shacks with no running water. 50% of the population works for the other 50. The correct answer is C. 30% of the population lives in cardboard shacks with no running water. Question number 34. Which of the following places can one find less crowded? Option A. Victoria train station. Option B. Gateway of India. Option C. Horniman Circle. And option D. Juhu Beach. The correct answer is option C. Horniman Circle, because the other places are very crowded as compared to Horniman Circle. Question number 35. What is the antonym of the word intoxicating? The word intoxicating refers to something that produces a strong, often pleasurable effect. The meaning of stimulating implies encouraging or invigorating, which is similar in effect to intoxicating. Exciting also suggests a high level of interest or energy, aligning with intoxicating. Heady refers to something exhilarating or intoxicating, often in a euphoric sense. Unenthused means lacking interest or excitement, which directly contrasts with the invigorating quality of intoxicating. So the correct answer is C. Unenthused. For question 36 to 40, read the passage and answer the questions that follow. So again we have to read the paragraphs and answer the questions. Charlotte Brontë, 21 April 1816 to 31 March 1855, is one of the most famous Victorian women's writers and poets. She was the eldest of the three Brontë sisters who survived into adulthood and whose novels became classics of English literature. She originally published her works under the name of Currer Bell along with her sisters, who also had pseudonyms, but they admitted to them in 1848 and were celebrated in London literary circles. She was the third of six children of Patrick Bront, an Irish crofter's son who rose via a Cambridge education to become, in 1820, a perpetual curate at Haworth in Yorkshire. Charlotte was only 5 in 1821 when her mother, Maria, died. 4 years later, her two older sisters died as a result of the harsh conditions in the clergy daughter school at Cowan Bridge, Lancashire, to which they and the 8-year-old Charlotte were sent in 1824. Charlotte's experiences at the school influenced her portrayal of Lowood School in Jane Eyre. After the deaths of the two oldest Bronte daughters, Patrick and Maria's sister Elizabeth gave the children a stimulating and wide-ranging education at home. Charlotte, her two younger sisters Anne and Emily Bronte, and their brilliant, unstable brother Branwell invented complex imaginary worlds, which they wrote extensively about in tiny homemade books, a fruitful literary apprenticeship. At age 15, Charlotte enrolled at a new school not far from Haworth. Roe Head School was less harsh than the clergy daughter school, but Charlotte spent only 18 months there before returning home. As an adult, Charlotte worked as a governess and spent some years teaching at a boarding school in Brussels. It was the passion and rebellion of Jane Eyre that earned her fame, and when visiting London, she moved in the best literary circles. Befriended by Miss Gaskell and Thackeray, the latter remembered the trembling little frame, the little hands, the great honest eyes. Shirley, written during and after the tragic deaths of her three siblings within a single year, displayed Charlotte's engagement with both women's rights and radical workers' movements. Charlotte Bronte's Jane Eyre opens with Jane, an orphan, isolated 10-year-old living with a family that dislikes her. She grows in strength, excels at school, becomes a governess, and falls in love with Edward Rochester. After being deceived by him, Jane goes to Marsh End, where she regains her spirituality and discovers her own strength. By the novel's end, Jane is a strong, independent woman. Charlotte Bronte's Jane Eyre still raised relevant questions for readers today. In June 1854, Charlotte Bronte married her father's curate, Arthur Nichols, who had long been a loyal suitor. In 1854, Charlotte, in the early stages of pregnancy, caught pneumonia while on a long rain-drenched walk on the moors. She died on March 31, 1855, a month before her 39th birthday. The Professor, written in 1846 and 1847, was posthumously published in 1857 along with Mrs. Gaskell's Life of Charlotte Bronte. Now that we have read the paragraphs, let's answer the questions. Choose a synonym of pseudonym. The word pseudonym refers to a fictitious name used by an author or individual often to conceal their identity. Success refers to the achievement of a goal. Alias also denotes a name that a person uses instead of their real name. Identity refers to the characteristics or qualities that define a person. Post-obit typically means after death. So the correct answer suitable over here is B. Alias. Question number 37. How many siblings did Charlotte Bronte have? The answer is C. Charlotte Bronte had 5 siblings. How did Thackeray remember Charlotte Bronte as? Option A. Trembling little frame with rough hands, great honest eyes, trembling little frame and great little hands. C. A small girl with great intellect. D. A girl with honest eyes and presentable posture. The answer of 38 is B. Great honest eyes, trembling little frame and little hands. Question number 39. Select the statement that is not true according to the passage. Option A. 4 years later, her 2 older sisters died as a result of harsh conditions in the Clergley Daughter School at Cavan Bridge. B. She died on March 31, 1855, a month after her 39th birthday. C. She originally published her works under the name of Currer Bell along with her sister who also had pseudonyms. D. Patrick and Maria's sister Elizabeth gave the children a stimulating and wide-ranging education at home. The correct option of this is B. She died on March 31, 1855, a month just before her 39th birthday. So this statement is wrong. Question number 40. Which novel of Charlotte Bronte was published after her death? Option A. Life of Charlotte Bronte. B. Shirley. C. Jane Eyre. And D. The Professor. The correct answer is D. The Professor. For questions 41 to 45, choose the correct option to complete each conversation. Question 41. Avika, the weather report dash that today's weather will be cloudy. Option A, forecast. Option B, forecasts. Option C, forecasting. And option D is forecasting. Forecasts is the present tense verb form that correctly agrees with the weather report. Forecast can also be a noun but doesn't fit grammatically over here. Forecast is forecasted is the past tense and wouldn't work here. Forecasting is the present participle and also doesn't fit here. So the correct answer is B, forecast. Question number 42. Teacher, they are never seen misbehaving dash others in class. Option A, of. Option B, with. Option C, to. And option D, for. The correct option is B, with. When we read the sentence, it sounds like this. They are never seen misbehaving with others in class. Question number 43. Whenever I read something, I try to read dash the lines. The options are A. Above, B. Below, C. Between, and D. Over. The correct option is C. Between. When we read the sentence, it sounds like this. Whenever I read something, I try to read between the lines. Question number 44. Sherry, dash most of today's fashion trends are inspired by previous decades. A. Apparently, B. Carefully, C. Occasionally, D. Frequently. Apparently suggests that this information is understood or believed to be true. Carefully suggests caution which isn't relevant here. Occasionally indicates infrequency. Frequently implies regularity. So the correct option is A. Apparently. When read the sentence again, it sounds like this. Apparently, most of today's fashion trends are inspired by previous decades. Question number 45. Joy. My grandfather is a war dash and I admire him for his courage. Option A. Veteran. Option B. Member. Option C. Player. And option D. Product. Veteran refers to someone who has served in the military. Member is a general term that could refer to someone belonging to a group. Player typically refers to someone involved in sports or games. Product refers to an item produced for sale or use. So the correct answer is A. Veteran. When we read the sentence, it sounds like this. My grandfather is a war veteran and I admire him for his courage. Now we're doing Achiever section. For questions 46 and 47, choose the correct option to complete each sentence. Question number 46. I unconsciously think about dash things that I could be the reason for the destruction of the earth. Option A. Tranquility. Option B. Morbid. Option C. Postulate. And option D. Charismatic. First, let's know the meaning of all these words. Tranquility refers to a state of peace and calm. Morbid relates to an unhealthy interest in disturbing subjects such as death or disaster. Postulate means to suggest or assume something as a basis for reasoning. Charismatic describes someone charming or attractive. So the correct answer is B. Morbid. When read in the sentence, it sounds like this. I consciously think about morbid things that could be the reason for the destruction of the earth. Divik has accepted the job offer with dash because he has been unemployed for 6 months. Option A. Authenticity. Option B. Austerity. Option C. Ambiguity. And option D. Alacrity. Let's know the meaning of these words. Authenticity refers to the quality of being genuine. Austerity relates to a strict or severe attitude. Ambiguity means uncertainty or vagueness. Alacrity refers to eagerness or readiness. So, the word suitable over here is D. Alacrity. When read in the sentence, it sounds like this. Divik has accepted the job offer with alacrity because he has been unemployed for 6 months. Question number 48. Choose the correct antonym of the given word. Immaculate. The meaning of immaculate means perfectly clean or free from blemish. Meaning of chaste refers to purity, but chaste. Venal means open to corruption or bribery. Pristine means unspoiled or in its original state. So the correct option is C. Venal. Question number 49. Choose the correct synonym of the given word. Venomous. The word venomous means poisonous or toxic. Genial means friendly or cheerful. Clement means mild or gentle. Praising means commendatory or laudatory. Noxious means harmful or toxic. So the correct answer is D. Noxious. Question number 50. Choose the correct option to complete the conversation. Reporter. The famous actors ended their rivalry and dash after so many years. Option A. Buried the casket. B. Buried the hatchet. Option C. Buried the packet. Option D. Buried the dead. Here they have told us to fill in the proverb. Bury the casket refers to putting a coffin in the ground. Buried the packet is not a recognized phrase or idiom. Bury the dead means to conduct a funeral, which again does not relate to reconciling a rivalry. Bury the hatchet is the idiom which means to make peace or resolve conflict. So the correct option here is B. Buried the hatchet. With this question, we end our IEO past paper. Hope you liked the video. Please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you.